Hello everyone, welcome to Diana's Diary Show. Oh, I'm so amazed. I see the love that you're showing me, and I'm so grateful to God, and I'm so grateful to you that has taken time, just to follow me and believing in my journey. Thank you so much. Today, I'm so pleased. I'm so, happy, overexcited, because one of, how do I put it? This gentleman is so great in our lives. We cherish him so much, my husband and I. He called him brother, and I call him a friend. He's no other person than my one and very own. He's achieved so much, over the years. And when I called on him, I was like, we call him Boga. I said, Boga, please, you are coming to visit us, and I want you to share your story on Diana's Diary, because I know he's got a lot to give to the youth. He's got a lot to share to the world, and he didn't hesitate but give me the honor to come and share with us his honest opinion over his life and how it's going to impact you. You have no idea. So help me welcome my one and only brother, a friend, my everything. I cherish him so much. Boga Kwame. Oh my days!
That's for you, Dan. You deserve this. That's really for you. You deserve all this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Rob.
Oh, wow.
This is really tough.
You did a great job, and you deserve it.
Oh.
And I can see it's not easy for you to give back to the society. Yeah. And I think this is such an amazing. And I want everyone that listening to share this Diana's Story to everybody. Because she's doing such an amazing job.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Let me leave it here so the camera can be capturing it. This is so thoughtful. I don't know when you went out to buy this.
It's alright.
But you always full of surprises.
You deserve it.
You always full of surprises.
You deserve it.
Thank you. Alright, so this morning I just want us to flow. I don't want it to be, too formal. I want it to be like the way we are. When I see you, we've got lots of important issues to talk about. Yeah. But I want you to start off. But you shared a story on my wedding day.
Yes, it was about 10 years ago.
And that was my first time hearing that story.
Yeah. And
that story has something to give to the world. And it did speak a lot to me, I'm like, I didn't know I got this kind of patience.
You did.
And on my wedding day, you blew it out. And Gideon hid it from me. You also hid it from me until that faithful day on our wedding day you just shared. Yeah. So I want you to share that story on Diana's Diary, if you don't mind.
No, at all.
Before we hit to your managerial roles and how you have become, okay? So tell my viewers what you and Gideon did before we ended up married. What you said on that wedding day. What really happened?
So I remember I think that was our first day meeting, wasn't it?
Yeah,
yes.
That was my first time.
We were to going, was it for shopping? We were going for shopping to know,
to
get to know each other.
So what happened was that Gideon called me.
Yeah.
At that time, I want you to tell us the conversation you and Gideon had before we met at Allgate. Because I don't know, maybe because our relationship didn't take long, like people 1 year and all that. He just saw me and he's done his background check. And he just done a long relationship. He's known what he has to know about me. I'm like,
yeah, that's true. So we discussed about knowing you, how patient are you.
So Gideon came to you telling you I found a girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gideon said to me, I met a girl, Diane, and we had a chat.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through all that other conversation about I mean, the whole story. But whilst we were talking, I said, okay,
Yes.
I'm actually gonna. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, viewers. So, just to see how dying patients were. So.
Why do you just jump to come in? Test my patient. I want to know the picture. Like your friend has called you to say that this is the girl I want to.
We men, we kind of like, mostly we don't have that patience, when sometimes we get a bit frustrated on things, and you need to know the woman coming in your life.
Okay.
How patient is that woman? How can that woman support you when you're in that stress mood? Is she going to put you more stress, or is she going to be very supportive to you? So that was one of the things that we kind of like. I mean, I believe every man is looking for a wife, a woman, they would want someone that is going to be very supportive. And when we discussed that, I said, okay, actually, you know what? I will test and see how she is.
And he gave you
of course, I mean, we are brothers, so whatever we decide, we just do it.
Okay.
So we like when I met you in town, and I said, I'm gonna actually do this, and it's gonna be very hard.
Let me take you back.
Yeah.
So that time I used to sell. I buy stuff. So viewers, I used to sell. I go to Allgate, buy things in bulk. And Richard, I've not met before, but Gideon told me that, my friend also buy things in bulk and sell like you.
Yeah.
So I want you to go and show him, a place, the place that you go in Allgate, so that he can buy things and also sell.
Yeah.
So this is the conversation Gideon told me about. And I had to go to work.
I think mine was phone cases.
Yours was phone cases and charges.
Yeah,
so I said, I can help him. Not knowing
remember that?
they had a plan to test me. Like friends, you are going to marry this girl. Okay, fine, let's go and do this. So I had no clue. In my mind, I'm going to support, Diana, always, whatever I have, I want to share. Yeah. And if somebody wants to be better than me or same level like me, I always want to give back. So when Gideon told me, I was more than happy to help a good friend of him. So I forgot about I have to go to work, but I had limited time in my hands. And because this was a plan, let's see how it went. So now, back to where he was. I've met him in Allgate.
Yeah.
I've agreed to Gideon that I need to go and help Richard.
Right, yes.
But Richard really didn't need help.
No.
They had already planned whatever they had to plan, because they need to survey the woman if I'm a marriage material, or maybe they need to test me based on his friends.
Yeah. I mean, like I said before, we need women that are more patient, that are more supportive, like I said earlier on. We're not looking for someone that, not every man is like that, but for us, myself, Gideon, and most men as well, I believe that when we are going into this sort of relationship in a marriage way, we tend to want the best for ourselves, because marriage is a long journey.
It is.
And so back to the story. So we met. Hi, and how are you? Introduce ourselves, and we have I think we only stayed like for 15 minutes. Not even that much. I believe.
You didn't say, the Ghanaian way, we didn't go to eat, we didn't do anything.
No,
you just said, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Let me go and show you the charger shop.
Yeah, and you showed me around. I said, okay. You said to me, you're going to get some stuff from other shops, so I should wait here. I was also
going to buy bags.
I should wait that place for just 5 minutes. And I said, that is the time now. So I left. And I think I left for about half an hour. Sorry, guys, me telling you this story makes me feel like so bad because it was a long waiting. She had to wait. She came in calling me. I saw her first missed call. I'm like, oh, she's back. I'm not gonna listen. Went on ringing, and I keep looking at my phone. You know what? 20 minutes later, here I come.
It wasn't 20 minutes.
I think it was more.
No,
yeah,
it was
more
like
than
an hour.
Oh, an hour, yes.
You stood me like an hour.
Yes.
I kept calling Gideon. Gideon was also not answering.
Yes.
Knowing that
Yes,
I
was
got
20.
a job
Yeah,
to go.
like
And
around
that
20?
time, I'm
More than
met
that.
in Allgate
Yeah.
and I'm going to Golden
Yeah.
Street to go and work.
Yes.
And you were aware.
It's been
I was
10 years, so that's true.
You knew
That's
I
true.
was
Yeah.
going to work.
Yes.
And Gideon knew I was going to work.
Because you told me when we met that you literally got about half an hour
Yes.
that time to go back to work. And
you
like,
stood me
I didn't
like
care.
an hour.
Yeah, I didn't care. I just wanted to see what my brother was going to go in.
And when I came back, when you came back,
Yeah.
you had no remorse. All you did
No,
was,
I didn't care.
Okay, your reaction. I
I
want
was
you
just
to
like-
tell the viewers.
Oh, hi Dan. Have you been here for long? He goes, but I've been ringing you for about an hour. I go, oh, I didn't know.
My phone was silent.
I didn't know my phone was a bit silent. I'm so sorry. It's all right. I'm here anyway. And I could see she was so calm. And I don't know if that time, in her mind, I just want to screw this man. I don't know, but her calmness and everything was like, bang on.
She's passed.
She's passed.
She's passed the test.
I know in some few minutes, it's a long waiting, I tell you. Nobody I believe I can do it. I think I would just walk away. And I believe most girls or any would just go away because what's the point?
Meeting somebody, listen. Meeting
just made
somebody for the first time, you have to go to work. You have the idea to help this gentleman buy his stuff. You have gone, I haven't even bought anything that I'm buying.
No.
And Boga, I haven't even shown him the shop
No.
yet. He just left
I
me
left her.
hanging.
I'm sorry.
I'm calling him. He's not picking. Not knowing they needed to test my patience because he thinks that his friend, you need to be patient to marry his friend. So he was like, if you found this girl, you said he's supportive, she's beautiful, she's forever.
Yeah.
Give me the chance to test her on her patience. If she passed, then I think the girl is for you, Gideon.
Yeah, I believe that story.
Can you imagine? The reason why I wanted to bring this topic, Boga, there are so many people out there. Nowadays, people think that people don't do background checks and tests. And a lot of real men, whatever you getting yourself in, it's like you want to know whether you're getting yourself this quality or this is your shortcomings. I want to know the reason behind what you guys.
If you look now, ask yourself how many men and women get married and then a few years later they divorce? How many single moms? How many single moms are out there? How many single dads are out there?
Because they don't take proper time.
Yes.
To know.
Yes. You ask yourself, what do you want? Do you want your marriage to be a contract? Few years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and then you end up. Or you want eternal marriage.
Okay.
So if you want eternal marriage,
tell us.
you then have to know, because you know what you want.
What getting yourself.
Yes. So, and me and Gideon, when we were young, we never just like to marry. It's not something that we go in and we just divorce. We just want to be in
forever.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
How many single moms? How many single moms are out there? How many single dads are out there?
Because they don't take proper time.
Yes.
To know.
Yes. You ask yourself, what do you want? Do you want your marriage to be a contract? few years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and then you end up. Or you want eternal marriage.
Okay.
So if you want eternal marriage,
tell us.
you then have to know, because you know
what
you
you
want.
Get in yourself.
Yes. So, and me and Gideon, when we were young, we never just like to marry. It's not something that we go in and we just divorce. We just want to be in
forever.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because it's something that I believe in the family. We all raised in a family. So family is where, like, your parents, your siblings all together.
Yeah.
It's not that a contract. A few years you go your way, I go my way. It's not that way.
Yeah.
So I believe that doing this, if people, the listeners, will share this, that patience is the key of everything. It's not just in a rush. In everything you do, you ask yourself what you want. And if that means a lot to you, then you have that real time for it, the patience for it.
Wow.
So yes, you proved, you showed, and that's why I showed on your wedding day that patience you showed, that an hour and a few minutes, it was just so much that I don't know how any other girls will do that time. Young, beautiful, like no kids. Do you know what? Do one, let me just go my way.
And guys, you know what I did? I don't know.
Yeah.
I felt like you said,
Yeah.
I felt like screwing you.
Yeah.
But,
Course was
you know, I thank God.
Yeah.
Because if I had misbehaved, I would have lost this precious husband of mine.
And you know
forever.
what? I said, Gideon, she's the one. I sprang out, but she's the one.
So you gave the signature.
Yeah, she's the one.
Take boss.
Take boss.
Come on.
She's the one, because you did amazing.
Thank you.
And 10 years now,
Yes, we are
still strong.
The
God.
test is working.
Absolutely, because you proved it. You proved that who you are. It's not in a camera that, you know, people has got this sort of two characters, one in front of camera and one off the camera.
Yeah.
But you are who you are. You are the same, and that's why your marriage and your life and your family, and I pray to God it keeps going.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Because
Amen.
you both deserve everything that you've had.
Thank you, and we love
Yeah.
you. But you know, on that wedding day, when we called you to come and share
The story.
the story. No, I didn't know there was anything, because you were going to speak about Gideon, and my friend was also speaking about me. So I turned to Gideon, I'm like, so you guys. Gideon was like, oh, wait, no.
It was, yeah.
And I was just praying in my head. I said, God, thank you. God, thank you, because that day I was so upset that when I went to work, I swallowed my words. And I think that patience is everything.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
sometimes you might be boiling inside.
Yes.
You might be so upset over something.
Absolutely.
But I think if the world is to have patience, we will get ourselves gold instead of, you know, anything.
If you know what you're looking for, if you know what you want,
If you know what you want.
that's what it is. It's like two things.
Patience is virtue.
Yeah.
Patience is virtue.
Yeah.
And I brought this up, you know, so that we talk about the reason and why you should be patient. I don't know why you are getting in life, darling.
And I think I owe you an apology. I'm sorry that I did. I'm apologizing today.
Apology accepted. The fact that you were able to give me this precious man, you are forgiven.
Yeah, thank you.
You are forgiven.
Thank you.
And life is better. You know, life is better. And I thank God that I passed that test, because coming to now, I realize that even patience, there are other things that I'm patient about. But last year, I realized that there are some things that I don't have patience for.
We are human. Okay. We are human.
But we need to be patient despite everything, because I've realized that, you know, when I'm somebody that I'm very honest. I'm very, very honest, 100%.
Yeah, you are.
If it's I call a spade, and I hate people that twist it. And if you lie against me, it brings this kind of like anger in me, and I'm not able to control my patience. So viewers, I learned something, last year, because patience goes with silence.
Yes.
And whenever situation happens,
you were silenced when I
was silent, but because it wasn't
so
a lie.
So you have you already?
It wasn't a lie, but trust me, Boga, since growing up from Bantama, I've never seen myself fight or argue over anything, and I've never encountered anybody twisting my words or lying against me.
Yeah.
But as you grow and people comes in your life, you see so many characters, and it brings some kind of behavior you have never experienced that you have.
That's true. That is true.
So I want to use this platform to tell people that this patience that we are talking about, it comes to a point that we have some people that are, they don't fake about lying.
Yeah.
They lie boldly over something.
Sorry to cut you off. I forgot what the title of the movie is. But he says, if you lied and lied and lied, your cup fills up. There's no way for you to lie anymore. And then what happened? You're making things more worse. So being honest to yourself, know who you are. And once you know who you are, then be honest.
It's not good, because I'm scared of people who lie more than even witches.
You know what I tell my son?
Yeah.
I'll share this. I said to him, you know what? Say as you say. Yeah. No matter what.
Even if it's going to...
Yeah, I said...
Just say
I
that
might tell you off.
We need to teach our kids
I might tell you off.
to be truthful.
Yeah, I might tell you off, but it's not the end of the world. It's just to correct you. Okay? Don't be scared of telling the truth, because the truth always gonna lead your path in the right way. So that's what I would say to your viewers. Be honest to yourself. No matter what it is, just say it.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Please.
Say it.
And those of you that always want to frame things to people, someone may be patient, but like myself, I'm not able to, control my patience when it comes to someone lying against me.
Yeah.
But I've learned to be patient now.
That's good.
Because if you are not, it comes with some consequences.
Patience.
You lose so many people in your life.
And I'll bring this
You
up
will lose people
to work as well. So after
yeah.
this, yeah.
So that is it all. By the way, we just wanted to tell you something about virtue, and that is patience. If you haven't got anything at all in this world, if you have patience, it's going to help you at work, your colleagues, things. You can work under pressure if you have patience, okay? In your friendship, argument, be patient. Be so, speak to yourself. To be able to become patient, you need to have self-control.
Yes.
You need to have self-control.
100%. Yeah.
So regardless of the situation, regardless of what has been framed about you, regardless of the situation you find yourself into, especially in marriages, be patient. A lot of marriages are collapsing because we are not able to control our patience. We are not able to control our emotions. So please, okay, Boga, myself, we want to tell you, I was able to get my marriage, and this is Zionist Diary Show. That's why we are using my personal life just to encourage you.
And I tell you what, your personal life sharing to viewers, millions out there, it's just incredible, and it's just amazing. And it takes such a bold step to do this.
It does.
And I think your viewers and everyone that listens to you really appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
And keep up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so Yeah. So I want us to go into, your lifestyle. How you have become the proud man I'm seeing right now. Your childhood up until now. The reason why on Diana's Diary I like to ask this is that there's a young gentleman out there, maybe 13, 15, that doesn't have maybe parental support, maybe from a single family. I don't know the family that you came in. There were challenges. I know you were a footballer. You used to play ball, and at some point you had to give up. So I always want people to give us a bit of history so that whoever is out there that is going through something will have, the support. It will impact the life to be better, to overcome the challenges. Okay. To where you are, I know now you are in Jersey, you've moved, you are in the midst of white,
I know.
Yeah. And you've done so much credit to yourself, and I applaud you for it. I admire you so much. But I want you to start from growing up until
right. Once again, I just want to say thank you for giving this platform to share my life as well to your viewers. I mean, I always say this that to myself, talking about yourself is not something that is easy, and it's not something that is like you. Sometimes you saying things and you're like, well, actually, really, you don't realize until you start asking yourself this question and talking about it, and then you got to know, wow. Then you appreciate your life. You appreciate what God has done for you. I will start with my childhood. It was a tough childhood. Life bringing up. My mom and dad were not together. I lived my whole life with my dad, and it was something that I learned from dad. That I want to have a family. When I grow up, I don't want to have the life that I didn't have. I want my family to be such a family that we all live together and happy life, because that was something that I didn't want. But as a kid, to be honest, I give credit to my dad. He did everything for me. I mean, went to international schools, moved from one state to the another. I lived in Accra. I went to one of the best schools in Accra, Race Memorial. That was the first school to start by the fireside in Ghana.
Oh, by the fireside.
Yeah, that was the Race Memorial school that I went.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I moved back to Kumasi, start Christian Preparatory School, the boarding school over there, but I was a day student, to be honest, because I wasn't far from it. And our church, Assemblies of God, it was just next to my school. So what we do was the drums and everything was always kept in our house. Okay, so we have to make Gideon and the rest. We have to always take the drums from our house, take to the church, move back all the time like that. It was very enjoyable that time, because you're a kid, you just want to be playing drums and you just want to do what you want. I mean, your friends want to do as well. So we then moved from where we were, Anumani, to my dad built another house in Anumani, so we moved in.
Your dad was doing welding?
Yeah, he
was a welding man.
To be honest, I never lived in like what's called community. How's that called?
Oh,
I never lived
in Mantuma, where you never?
No,
hey.
My dad has always, to be honest.
You were born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
No, that's one thing that
I didn't know that about you.
No, just I've always lived in my dad's house, his own house, because if people, I don't know, when you go into Macro, Kumasi, yeah, there's SDS
school up there,
building with the hospital and that building was my dad, and he sold it. So he sort of like buys up. He builds, sell, we move. We build, sell, we move, and so we will keep moving from one end to the other.
Then you would have been a bad boy, children like that.
I wasn't that.
You wasn't a bad boy, right?
I wasn't that really, really bad, and I wasn't that really good. So I was okay.
All right.
So yeah, moving, like Dan said before, I played for my school everywhere. I captained my school, been playing football in junior school, and then I also moved to, I went to Asante Thomas Secondary School. That's, Asas. Yeah. So I played, my first year at St. Thomas, I played football for the school.
Yeah.
And I got, like I said, I had to give up because I had a teacher, hit me with a stick on my back. So I got paralyzed. Like I couldn't walk, I couldn't do anything anymore.
Yeah.
And I had to be in the hospital for about a couple of months. It was really, you know what? This is the first time I've ever talked about this. Because I've never wanted to talk about it because it ended up my career, ended up everything that I do. I've never said, not even to my other half.
Really?
No, I haven't.
So you see, you are very lucky that I understand.
It's something that.
Please don't take it for granted.
Yeah,
it's not everybody that shares their personal.
I just think
we're making
it's
a
very
story.
Emotional.
It's very emotional.
And I just something that I never want to talk about. I never want to remember that. But maybe my son knows about it. So maybe one day when they watch this video, they will ask me, "But you never told me this story. You never told me about this."
So was it like beaten or you fell?
No. So what happened was we were like I wasn't even Thank you. Thanks, Diane. Yeah, I wasn't even. What happened? I think we did an exams, right? So I had them. Because I remember the story so much. I had 86% of English, and the what we call it. So the 86, he was just I think he said he wanted 95. So he was just like, everyone put your head down. I think it was a shock. Okay, so we had our head down. We just like yours 80, yours 90. Yeah, just like that. Like it was going round. And you know what? And say because I asked myself, having 86% of English, it's not. Why would you do that? Why would you sort of like do what you did? And how many people that will always gonna have like that sort of number? To be honest,
I think they've stopped this cane beating in Ghana.
They should because
I remember my sister as well.
Yeah.
She was a school prefect and a teacher didn't like her. Me and my mom one day.
This case became
really bad,
this became, if you ask, this became really big case in Ghana because my dad was absolutely fuming about it. And you know one thing, I wasn't care about. What I cared was, I remember me lying on a bed, a hospital bed, and I looked up and I go, my dream is over. Because all I wanted to play, all I wanted to do in life was to become a footballer. And it wasn't something that I was bad. I was really, really good at what I was doing.
You didn't always say stuff.
And all my mates,
story behind this.
I mean, of course I don't share it because it turned up my career. It just brings sadness to me. And then you know what? I stopped watching football for almost 2 years because it was something that I remember. I swear I said, what I said was, my dream is over, my career is over. But here we are.
But here you are. And that's the story I like.
Yeah, never give up, never give up. Do you know what? When I came out, when I was with crutches and
so you stayed in hospital for how long?
I stayed for about, do you know what? They said, oh, you're gonna stay for 6 months. But then I said, no, I wouldn't, because they transferred me to Accra to do this scanning and all that. And I went back, well, I said, I'm not staying in the hospital for that. So I said, I don't want to stay in here. So my dad took me home.
Somebody will want to know what happened to the teacher.
Do you know what? They asked me, and I said, let him go. They asked me, I said, let him go. It's not, I mean, I remember.
But God will deal with God could deal with him.
Yeah, I
God
said let
could
him
deal
go.
with him.
Don't. I just said just let him go.
And that's
because
what,
he was
honestly,
he was arrested.
Sometimes you just don't need.
He was arrested, and
they
asked me, "What do you want me?" My dad said, "Do you want us to?" And I said,
Pursue.
"Yeah." I said that it's not going to change anything. I just need to focus what I got. I mean, do what I had to do, and thanks to at that time my pastor, my daddy, Mr. Uso Ansah. He was actually an incredible man. He raised us from the age, like I think when we were in class 4 all the way. He is a man that he was our role model. He was such an incredible man.
Yeah.
He gave every support, every prayer, everything. He was there all the time. Blessings and all that. And through that, he rise again. And the reason I'm sharing this story is because some of you out there, you think your dreams are over or you can't do anything. There's always another way.
Thank you.
You can always make it. It doesn't matter where you are, what has happened to you. Just focus.
So he wanted to become a footballer, and this Ghanaian teachers, most of them, there was a teacher that, wanted me as a girlfriend, and I refused. He started beating me mercilessly every time. Even when I get 90, I was doing so well. My mom said, go and ask my daughter. He said someone is, pressuring her.
Yeah.
Because I used to talk to my mom about, and I was so uncomfortable about the situation. I hate that kind of uncomfortability around me. So I spoke to my mom, and my mom called the teacher. Oh, someone is disturbing my daughter. Can you find out? He was thinking it was a gentleman in the school. And innocently I was like, it's you. And since that time, that was the worst time. Even when I was going for school prefect, it was like, you can't.
No. Some teachers are so mean.
Yeah, this is really, I'm glad that if they put a stop to it, because
really,
Richard,
that's good.
Listening to your story, this is like, you thinking that he spoiled your career. And anytime Gideon was like, when it comes to football, like you had the skills.
Yeah.
Everybody knew.
In a such man, I was called Pele. I would call myself Pele. Because and then I changed to the ambassador, where the people that knows me called me the people's lover.
Yeah.
So it was just,
But a good thing about this story is your son.
My son,
He plays so well.
He does. He's been.
It's like he's taking that gift, and